name is Kara. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'll be discussing marriage rituals from around the world. According to the CDC, there are 2,236,496 marriages every year in just the United States alone. Consider that number, 2,236,496. That's a lot. I was recently married 6 months ago, and ever since being married and planning my own wedding, I've been super interested in how other ceremonies around the world proceed. I have conducted research on several unique regions and their rituals. In this short talk, I will discuss marriage rituals from India, South Africa, and China, reviewing their ceremonial rituals, as well as highlighting similarities and differences from weddings here in the United States. So we will look first at India. In India, Hindu marriages are full of history and culture. Hinduism dates back to 500 BC, and the wedding ceremony is the most sacred rite. The morning of the marriage ceremony, there is the haldi ceremony that the bride and groom partake of. The haldi ceremony is where they put turmeric paste on the arms, legs, and face of the bride and groom. This symbolizes purifying the body and surrounding them in blessings. Sanya, a bride of Punjabi descent, states, aside from warding off evil spirits, it has the added benefit of making your skin glow. Some of the traditions are part beauty and part religious. When the bride and groom are getting ready for their ceremony, the bride typically will dress in a lehenga and the groom in sherwani, seen in this picture right here. They are traditionally red and gold colors. During the marriage ceremony, the bride and groom are covered by a trisala during the religious parts of the ceremony. This covers the bride from being able to see the groom. But once the religious ceremony is done, the bride and groom will then place these flower wreaths around each other's necks. The purpose of this is to decide who will have the upper hand in the marriage. They say whoever gets the wreath around their partner's neck first will have the upper hand. When the bride and groom are declared husband and wife, there is no kissing, and that is an extreme difference that we see from our weddings here in the United States. There's no, you may now kiss the bride. In fact, there is no kissing during these ceremonies at all, the entire day. So now that we've looked at a little bit about Indian marriages, we are now going to look at South African weddings. So in South Africa, many wedding ceremonies are traditionally what we see here in the United States. However, one group holds true to tradition. The Zulu tribe consists of 22% of the demographic in South Africa, and their ceremony traditions date back to the 1700s. The clothing worn is very important, and typically the bride will change 3 times on her wedding day to show off how beautiful she is to her new in-laws. The men will dress like warriors, wearing the clothing, the skin of animals, and holding shields and sticks. The ceremony begins with the groom's family dancing first in a fierce warrior dance, followed by the bride's family going second. They actually end up doing a dance-off between the two families until they've decided on a winner. After the dance-off, the groom's family will slaughter a cow, and this represents them accepting the bride into their family. Once the bride's been accepted into the family, she will gather the groom's family into the center of the circle, and in a ceremony called the Ukwaba, she will shower her groom's family with gifts. And typically these gifts are blankets and fine clothing. Zulu ceremonies are becoming less common, but are still practiced today in South Africa. We will now turn our focus to China. And in China, many of the brides choose to hold Western traditional marriages. However, some brides will still choose to go the traditional route. If they do tend to go more traditional, they will dress in all red and have a red veil that covers their face. Whether they choose to go more traditional or modern, something that is seen in all ceremonies is the tea ceremony, seen in this picture over here. The traditional tea ceremony has become one of the most significant parts of Chinese marriages. Both the bride and groom will kneel on pillows and serve tea to their family. The idea behind this is that serving tea to their family will provide their family's blessing to them to be married. The first tea ceremony dates back 1,200 years ago from the Tang Dynasty. Modern day weddings also have the double happiness symbol found in their decorations and invitations and throughout all proceedings of the ceremony. This is to bring good luck and prosperity to the marriage. We have discussed a lot of different cultures and regions in this short talk, and I hope that you have found that there are many different traditions, cultures, and rituals that set us apart but also bring us together. One of the similarities that I have drawn from all of these different regions is that family is the center of it all. Thank you so much for joining.
And I will pan it.